So our housing market is trending slightly in favor of buyers. And before you kill me for saying that, just watch the video and I'll explain the numbers and the nuance behind that statement. Christopher McGee. I'm the owner of Halcyon Real Estate. Halcyon Real Estate is affiliated with the Keller Williams Market Center in Salt Lake City, Utah. Today is the 7th of August, 2023, and this is the numbers and the nuance. A weekly video market update, so I'm going over the numbers that I pulled right off of the MLS so you can have access to that unadulterated information that I have access to as a realtor, and the nuance, my professional and experienced breakdown of what all those numbers mean. So let's jump right in. Let's look at the previous week's numbers, and don't forget, if you want a more in-depth breakdown of what each of these numbers mean individually and what things would look like stacked for buyers and sellers, you can check out my Real Estate Numbers Explained video that's flagged at the top right of your screen there. You can get solid on all that. Right now, let's look at these numbers so you don't kill me for the statement that I made. So first, as always, is our inventory, and right now it sits at 8,484, the magic number of 8484, and it's up by about 90 from the previous week, and the trend has been consistently up since the beginning of April. Average days on market is sitting at 44. That's up 1 from the previous week, and it's been hovering around 40 since the end of May. I pointed out last week that it had been creeping up. It's been creeping up for the last couple of weeks now. 44, 1 up from the 43 that we had the previous week, so continuing that trend of creeping up from 40. Last week, our average listing price was $650,103, where our average sold price was $640,487. And the difference between those two numbers, the number that actually shows us which direction the market is moving, that number came to 9,616, so down just a little further away from no difference than it was the previous week by just about 675. Not mountainous, not a major move, but it is the 5th week in a row of moving in this direction. We're still within the range we've been in, though, of between about 12,500 and 4,500 below asking price that we've had since about mid-March of last year. Number of homes that were sold in Utah last week came to 582. That was up by a little over 100 from the previous week, keeping us in our solid trend of selling about 530-ish to 540-ish homes per week. We've been keeping that trend since the beginning of the second quarter. The number of homes that we currently have under contract comes to 4,855, and that's down from the previous week by about 100, and this has been trending gently down for almost 2 months now, with this being the 4th week of it being below 5,000, which we had been over since about mid-March. The number of times a seller reduced their asking price throughout the course of last week was 996. That happened 996 times. That's up about 90 from the previous week, and this number has trended up since the beginning of the second quarter. And the number of listings that were either canceled, expired, or withdrawn from the MLS last week came to 408. That's up by about 115 from the previous week, and this is our predictable first week of the month spike that we always see, as a significant number of listing contracts are written to expire at the end of a month, so they register on the MLS the Monday following in which I do this video. So with that spiking over just over 400 this week, and with our typical numbers throughout the month sitting in the high 200s, we're still averaging a little over 300 canceled, expired, or withdrawn listings per week. All right, the nuance behind these numbers. So first, as always, inventory. It came up a little bit stronger than it had the week prior to this last week, but in this week we're up almost another 100, so we love to see that. Now for reference, just look at where our market was with inventory last fall. We were up at just under 10,500 in inventory, and that is a much healthier place for us to be. In fact, it could really go up another 1,000, we'd still be in a balanced place. In 2021, our inventory got as low as 1,500. So just think about that difference and understand that that is the primary factor that drove our home prices up as high as they did. That and stupid low, unsustainable low interest rates. Those things together spelled wild inflation, so we like to see inventory continue to come up because we don't need any more of that. So like I said at the beginning, our market right now is moving in favor of the buyers. Now you might say, Christopher, how stupid are you? You just got done telling us that average list price is sitting around $645,000 for a home right now, and interest rates are sitting around 7%, so how is anything in the buyer's favor here? To which I'd say, depending on the day and the activity, I've been known to be stupid before, but before you kill me for that statement, I'm right on this, just let me explain. Importantly, I said our market is moving, trending toward being in favor of the buyers. I didn't say it's stacked in buyers' favor right now. but things are moving in direction of being in favor of the buyer. Look, inventory continuing to go up, that is in favor of the buyer. Average days on market going up, that is in favor of the buyer. The difference between list price and sold price being in the negative, or in other words, homes consistently selling for less than they are listed for, also in the buyer's favor. Homes currently under contract going down, buyer's favor. The number of price reductions happening every week going up, definitely in the buyer's favor. And you gotta remember, interest rates only seem high because we had them stupid unsustainably low for a few years in very recent history. So interest rates only seem high compared to very recent history. Historically speaking, interest rates are about average right now. So why does it feel impossible for a lot of people to buy a home in Utah right now? Here's why. A lot of people want to live here, plus stupid low interest rates, plus stupid low inventory equals home values spiking. And that is exactly what happened here for a few years until the Fed started hiking interest rates in the very beginning of the year 2022. And you need to understand that that interest rate hiking is the primary thing keeping home prices from continuing to fly away. That and our inventory reaching a more manageable place. So that's why I keep saying, if you are a first-time home buyer, it is admittedly more difficult right now. If you're a traditional buyer, that means you're also selling a home. And if you're selling a home and moving into one, that means that you have the proceeds of the sale of the home that you just sold that you can use as part of the down payment for the home that you're buying. You've got all this equity you can put into your next home purchase. That means that you can possibly buy down your interest rate a bit, and it definitely means that you've got a smaller loan than you would have otherwise, so that keeps your monthly mortgage payment more manageable. So these people who have a home already are selling it and are buying another home. These people generally are not suffering right now in our real estate market, and that's why our market has stayed healthy and strong. It's really strong. 530-ish homes sold every week throughout the second quarter doesn't spell a struggling market. So to be clear, the market is moving in favor of buyers who are ready, willing, and able to qualify to buy a home in Utah right now. Remember that $645K price is an average. There are plenty of doable, nice places to live, particularly townhomes, but also even single family homes. There's plenty of nice places to look in the range of the 400,000s. So it's not hopeless, and if you're not sure what it could look like for you, please feel free to reach out to me. I'll put you in touch with the people myself, the lenders, the title people needed to make sure that we can find out what's possible for you. That's it this week, guys. Thanks for watching. Remember, if you or anybody you know is looking to buy or sell a home in Utah in the coming months, please feel free to reach out to me. You want to work with an agent who's always looking in your best interest, someone who's communicatively excellent, someone who cares about your story, and of course, somebody who knows the numbers and how to read them. And of course, if you'd like to stay educated on Utah's housing market, feel free to hit subscribe. You can stay as solid as me from week to week on what's going on in our housing market. I'll see you guys next week.